Howdy fellas, Uncle Sasquatch. Had one of my subscribers message me a bit back and asked me if I could do a video on how to keep your powder dry when hunting with a muzzleloader in bad weather conditions like rain and snow. We're going to be talking mainly about the traditional arms, as taking care of an inline muzzleloader is not the same thing because your breech is closed, somewhat of water seal. First off, you want to pay attention to how you transport your powder. They do make these little quick loads that you can put, in this case, a conical bullet. Put your patch round ball in your patch, your powder charge, and there's a place for percussion cap. You could use this as well with a flintlock. You could put just a little bit more of your triple F powder, or if you're hunting with a musket or something, your double F. Or instead of your priming powder, priming just be a little slower on the ignition. If you carry a traditional horn, you want to make sure the stopper is good and tight. It's not going to fall out and let the water inside. Then also, if you carry a flask, you notice that it's open right here. You might want to find you some kind of cap or fashion you some kind of plug, or keep it in your shooting pouch. And the same thing applies with your priming powder for a flintlock. Make sure that you keep the moisture out of the end of it. Okay, as far as the bore, if you're shooting patch round ball and that patch is lubed well and your patch and ball fit the bore, what you need to simply do is don't elevate your muzzle where the water can run down. You want to keep it pointed down or level. And then here comes the main thing. It's going to be your priming back here. Percussion, not nearly as critical because your percussion cap or your musket cap fits down on the cone of the nipple and creates somewhat of a seal. But still, you don't want to give any chance at all for moisture to get into your priming system. Now, flintlock, totally different beast. Just by the nature of the priming system, the touch hole, the vent hole is right here. It's a little tiny open hole. And even though you have your frizzing down, it's somewhat sealed, but still moisture can get in there. And this concept's going to work just as well with a percussion gun if you want to take that extra precaution. What I did was I took a piece of leather that I had, measured about 9 by 9 inches, and then I took a piece of leather lacing, poked me a hole, tied a knot. Simply what I'm going to do is just take that piece of leather, wrap it around the barrel, and just simply go back under and then pull it tight. And also go do the same thing back on the back. Now, this ain't perfect. You can find patterns online to make this a whole lot prettier, and you can purchase these things already pre-made. Places like Dixie Gun Works, Track of the Wolf. It's called a cow's knee, and it's simply just a leather lock cover. Then what I did on top of that is I took some pure Trapper's mink oil. It's a patch lubricant, but it's made out of pure mink oil, and I just simply took a paper towel or a real soft patch, big patch that I had, and I just kept working 2 coats of that lube in there, so that's going to help dispel the water. So these are just some tips. It's my take on it. If you want to go as far as protecting your muzzle a little more, you can buy what's called a tompion, which is basically just a cork. It goes in the end of the barrel. You can make you one, just simply whittle it out to the diameter of the bore. And even you can take a plastic sandwich bag and a rubber band if you want to go that far. And as far as back here, if you had you a good piece of pliable, heavy plastic, you could do it that way if you don't have any leather laying around. So that gives you some ideas of how to take care of that. And I thank my friend for requesting that video. I'm glad to bring it to you. I'll get some more requests as time permits and weather permits and everything. Weather's been pretty nasty down here the last few days. Appreciate your support. Appreciate you watching. Keep your powder dry. Mind your top knot, Pilgrim.